All right, let's get right into it. So, you're a top producer. The numbers are fantastic. But if we're being honest, you're exhausted, right? You're running on fumes. We're here to talk about how to break that cycle. How to move from being the hero who has to do everything to being the architect of a platform that can actually last. And this quote, wow, it just nails the problem. That huge GCI, that gross commission income, it feels like winning, but really it's a trap. It's become a high-paying job you can never, ever quit. See, you've built a fan club around your personality, not a real firm built on a durable process. Every single dollar you earn is chained to your personal manual effort. And that means there's a very real, very hard ceiling on your growth, and more importantly, on your freedom. There's actually a name for this trap. We call it vibe-based service. It's what happens when your client's experience completely depends on how you're feeling that day. Are you fired up and full of energy? Great. They get world-class service. But are you swamped, buried in a huge deal? Well, they get radio silence. The result of this is what we call a massive fragility tax on your business. It absolutely guarantees your burnout, and it creates this deep-seated anxiety for your clients, which, by the way, is exactly why they're always calling and emailing you to just check in. So the only way out is to make a fundamental shift in your entire operating philosophy. You have to escape this world of leader manual labor, frantically answering emails at 10 o'clock at night just to hold everything together, and move with purpose toward systemic execution. And listen, this isn't about working harder. It's about building a durable platform where excellence is the system's default setting, not some miracle that only happens because of your personal heroics. The solution, the framework for all of this, is something we call the institutional team promise. This is it. This is how you replace the chaos with consistency. It's all about building the bedrock of trust, which is a written, non-negotiable set of service standards that guarantee a predictable institutional quality experience for your clients, no matter how busy you personally get. Now, what's so cool about this is the incredible domino effect it creates. The second you establish the team promise, you vaporize client anxiety. Why? Because they know. They know with absolute certainty when and how they're going to hear from your team. And when that anxiety is gone, guess what else disappears? All those constant interruptions, all the just checking in calls. Suddenly, your team is empowered to deliver. Your time is protected for the highest value work, and the entire platform just starts to hum. Okay, so that's the what and the why. It makes sense, right? Now, let's get our hands dirty with the how. We're going to operationalize this with a really simple 3-step process. This isn't just theory. Think of this as a practical, hands-on lab for building the real leverage you need to actually scale. Step 1 is the interaction audit. Super simple. You just make a list of all the common client touchpoints that create friction or always seem to need your personal attention. Step 2, the SLA definition. For every single one of those interactions, you set a specific, time-bound goal. Not ASAP, not when I can, but a binary, measurable standard like response within 2 hours. Met or not met. Simple. And finally, step 3 is the delivery method. You standardize how that update gets delivered. Is it a phone call, an update in the CRM, a scheduled weekly email? You decide, and you lock it in. And this is the tangible artifact you create from that lab. A simple, one-page service-level standards matrix. This single document is the key that unlocks your entire system. It completely removes that vibe-based service constraint because it gives your team objective, non-negotiable standards. They don't have to guess what good service means anymore. They have a blueprint to deliver an institutional-grade experience all on their own. Okay, now let's elevate the conversation. Because a firm without standards, it isn't really a firm. It's just a group of people reacting to whatever pops up in their inbox. So we're moving past daily operations and asking a much bigger question about the fundamental value of your business. I want you to step back, look at your company objectively, and answer these questions as if you're standing on the captain's bridge. First up, the absence test. And I mean, be brutally honest with yourself here. If you were completely off the grid, no phone, no email, for 30 days, would your clients still get their scheduled updates right on time like clockwork? Or would all communication instantly freeze because deep down, the entire system still revolves around you? This one question reveals the true durability of your platform. Next, let's do an autonomy check. Have you truly empowered your team with strict, crystal-clear guidelines on how fast and how often to communicate? Or are you secretly hoarding the client updates so that you can be the one to swoop in and play the hero broker who saves the day? Come on, building a real team means you have to trust them with the standards you set. And finally, we have the asset validation. This is the ultimate question. Does your firm actually deliver the kind of systemic, predictable excellence that commands a premium valuation, a high cap rate? Or are you just masking a chaotic, unscalable hustle behind a really big GCI? You have to remember, the market pays for durable systems, not just the performance of one person.
So, this is your path forward. It is not about working more hours. It's about being a better architect. First, you set the standard, so your team knows exactly what winning looks like. Then, you keep the promise, so your clients learn to trust the process, not just your personality. And when you do those two things, you will finally build the platform, a true asset that works for you.